Sunday, I will show you the presentation of my life along with the pictures. I started my meditation at the age of 3. I have the timelines of everything.
En 13 ans, je cum sunt meditat.
I was 3 and I was doing everything what people do normally at the age of 4. And I started the yoga at the age of 5. And this is how my journey was. I am born for it. I was like that. I am like that. And I will always be like that. So at the age of 8, why I got into Vedic studies is not only because of it. There is also another reason, that I am the direct descendant of Adi Shankaracharya. I come from the same family background. Adi Shankaracharya was the spiritual master who gave the concept of non-duality to the world. He was the first person to give the concept of non-duality. And I come from the same family tree. So in my family, Vedic studies and all were very mandatory, not forcing, but it is part of the culture, part of the tradition as far as my family goes. So when I was 8, already I knew so many things, but we need the knowledge of Sanskrit to understand the scriptures. And Vedas are one such scriptures which is completely full of wisdom. Because you see scientific part, it is perfect. Even today, any scientist can read it. It's according to the science. Medical, Ayurveda, all these things came from Vedas only. So this is what was my family background about. And I had my heart to know it. So that's what I started at 8. And it didn't finish in 1 or 2 years. It took 4 years. Constant. And at the age of 8, I got my thread initiation also. Once you take the thread initiation, you can give the word of knowledge to others. And for that there is a lot of procedures to be followed. I did it. So this is how I came to the Vedic studies. This is what interested me. And I was always into that. So if you ask me like, how could I come? This is how I could come. There are certain incidences which will give you strength, but there are certain incidences through which people can know you. People can know you through some things that can happen to you. And this is one such incidence when both the things were clear. That was the day when 40 meters, something as such, the bus fell into the waterfalls. And when it fell into the waterfalls, we were all strangling inside the water. I strangled myself for 20 minutes. Even today I don't know how to swim, but I didn't die. But both of my legs are having the scar. I can show it to you afterwards. Big scars. Almost 4-inch, 5-inch big scars on both the legs because it was jammed in between when the accident happened. But I didn't die. This was for 2 reasons. That I was moving close to myself. And that was the journey for me to understand the difference between the death and the deathlessness. And what is alive and what is not. And if something is not, then what it is. And if something is alive, then what it is. These are the questions always we have in the mind. Questions have to be answered someday, in some way. So this was one such incident. Second thing, if I am moving close to myself, and once I realize myself, my words is not mine. Because this I, what we call as the ego I, is dead when you know yourself. That's why I am saying that you are not asking anything which can be offensive, because I don't take that offensively, because I don't exist. In that way I don't exist. When this happens, one can completely believe in me. And if someone has to believe in me completely, then they have to know who am I. For that, the Supreme Consciousness shows something which is unnatural. Because if death cannot touch you, this is the point, it can be revealed to the people. This was not the first time which happened. I was just 3-year-old child. Just 3-year-old child. And nothing significant. Something vomiting started to happen for myself. And I was admitted in a hospital. Its name was Chaya Nursing Home. It is in Bangalore city. When I got admitted there, the vomiting was not stopping. Even after several injections, no. Drips, no. Whatever it is, it was not stopping at all. Then it resulted in dysentery, no stopping again, nothing. And my water level in the body, dehydration, was completely done. Because 75 to 80% of the body is completely water. And I lost almost all the water and there was nothing more. At that moment, my parents, they didn't know what they should do. They didn't have any hope. Hopelessly they just left it. And they asked the Supreme Consciousness that if you love this son, then you should do something for him. And that's the moment, within 48 hours, I recovered completely. Now this was once I went through the death. I went through the death once more. So this was something, the Supreme Consciousness, to know that death cannot touch me. And I met my death when? On the day of enlightenment. That was, now there is no fear for death. If there is a lava tomorrow when I am on the mountain, let it come. Or if my plane crashes into water, let it come. There is no death anymore. There is no fear of death anymore. So all the incidences in life are to shape you for something significant, for everyone. We should not think that life is hard. No. Life is a mystery. You don't know that. Life is a mystery. We should not think it's a game that we can play however we want. It's just a mystery. Beautiful mystery. We should live it. Each experience is a lesson. We should take it as a lesson and go ahead. And it will be beautiful in that way. If we try to see it, what is favorable to me as something positive and what is not favorable to me as negative, we remain in the same way. But if we think what is positivity and what is negativity, these two things are very dualistic. Seeing both the things as no difference is what is my point of view. And through these experiences, what went through, this is what was a kind of teacher to me. Because I never had any official teachers, I never had any official masters, nothing. I studied Holy Scriptures under my grandfather. Apart from that, there was no one to me to guide. So these were my teachers, the experiences. So this is how it happened and this is what it led me to the point of that strength which I am embedded today. I understand what he is asking. If you ask me what do I believe, I don't believe anything. Because the word believe is a very, very wrong word. Because you believe something which you don't know. If you ask me, I believe God, no, I don't believe God. Because I know it. And when we know something, we don't need to believe in it. If you really want me to use that word believe, fine, I will use it. Then I believe one Supreme Ultimate Consciousness, which I call as Brahman which cannot be manipulated. It is not a man, God, Father. It's not a woman. It's one single absolute consciousness in which, if you ask me, suppose that what I believe, then that is what I believe. Because I know it. Apart from that, I don't believe anything else what people are today speaking in spirituality. Absolutely nothing. First of all, the question itself is very...
It's very big.
I think nothing as such about the people. I think people are evolving and they keep evolving until they reach a state of saturation, which I call as self-realization. Everyone are moving close to it, towards it, someone at a greater pace, someone little slowly, someone not. When I say someone not, it's unnoticeable, very small moments towards it. But ultimately, everybody should go towards the same light. And they are doing it. That's what I feel about the people. Evolving more towards greed than love. Of course. That's why suffering exists.
Ok. Ela acredita que há uma estagnância porque o sofrimento precisa de sofrimento existe.
Não há amor, não é? O amor está fechado.
Suffering as such doesn't exist. It is through their greed and through their behaviors which they create for themselves. What is existing in naturally is only bliss. The state of ultimate happiness without any reason. That's what I call as bliss. It's a pure awareness. And greed is existing because this is a man-made. It's a human-made, mind-made. When mind is not there, greed is not there. If greed is not there, then you are what you are in real sense, without being unaltered. And you are getting altered because of this greed, which is one of the enemies of a being. Yoga itself means divine union, union with the divine.
Yoga significa união divina.
And you are asking me why I teach yoga but don't practice.
Just asking, not judge.
No, now I'm answering. Don't take it personally, huh? So the word yoga means a divine union, union with the divine. That's what yoga means. When you say yoga, people understand yoga is just physical postures. That is not yoga. That is nowhere close to yoga. If you are on that path of yoga, in which you are calling it as a so-called physical work, then there are several things which is involved. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. 8 steps. If you follow 7 steps, the 8th one what you can attain is enlightenment. So if you are following all these 7 steps, step by step, then you are practicing yoga. Otherwise, you are practicing asanas. Just by practicing asanas, nothing is possible. Because, go to Lisbon Zoo and go to the place where monkeys are. Even go to street. Go to street and put biscuit. It will do Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana literally means the dog pose. And if you see monkeys in zoo, they do all asanas. Every asanas they do it. So just by doing asanas, it is not complete yoga. Yoga means it's a complete pack. If you are on that complete pack, yes, your ego will drop. Just by asana, no. Asana is just to separate the human consciousness from the body. It is just to feel that your body is not yours. This is not what you are. To separate it. Where pain is there, you will put awareness there and do the asana. And then the pain slowly disappears. It has got nothing to do with the flexibility of the body. No, it's not about the flexibility. Everybody are equally flexible. Equally flexible. It has got nothing to do with the age. If you see B.K.S. Iyengar, even at this age, he can do it. Everything is possible, but you should be flexible towards it, so that your body listens to your consciousness, not your consciousness believing in your mind. It's the mind which limits. That is what is asanas about. Going beyond it. I believed that my body is very flexible, all my fingers, and I am so flexible that I can move it. Same thing with all the fingers. Because I believe it happens, it happens. Don't practice it now. Yes, you are practicing yoga and you can go towards the light. You can drop the ego or the self-identification. That is possible through yoga when you follow everything. There are 5 enemies for a being, which is kama, lust. Kama is having several meanings, because everybody normally know in the Western countries about Kama Sutra. That's what I am saying. In that sense, it means sex. But here, kama means lust.
Lost.
Lust. E-L-U-S-T. Lust. Then second one is krodha, anger. Third one is moha, attachment. Fourth one is lobha, the greed. Fifth one is ahankara, ego. So these are the 5 enemies of a being, which is not actually the real self. This is not present inside, but this is what the mind creates. And when you drop all these 5, then what you will experience at that moment is what is real you. Just these 5 things dropped, then you will find what you are searching for. That is the moment.
I don't know.
Ego in that sense, actually the way they are using it, it depends on the context. But ego as such simply means that you are a being. You are a body. You have something limited. Now only then you can get this ego. For instance, when we are walking on the street, somebody calls like, "Hey monkey, hi." We'll turn back and say that like, "Why did you call me monkey?" Why do we react? Are we monkeys? No. We should not get bothered by that. This is how, like, because we believe this form as a human, and we believe ourselves, and we have some kind of protectiveness, and due to which we react. And this is mind generated. This is senses. That is what pratyahara is about. The withdrawal of the senses. Once you withdraw the senses, then this ego will not exist. The story of I doesn't exist. Because if you are the self, if you are the consciousness, then consciousness is everywhere. You can stand in front of anyone here and you can see yourself. There will be no story of I, you, me, myself, yourself, no. Maybe for the words you can use it, but in reality, no. But If we think that like we are separate from something, then that is duality. Then once this duality comes into picture, individuality will come. When this individuality comes, like ego is existing. It is existing. And if this ego has to be dropped, then the identification has to be lost. Once we lose this identification of this body, then it is not ego anymore. So it's not really the question of dark side or positive side, but it is just a kind of ignorance mind can create. Because it's the mind which creates everything. It is always seeing something and it believes it to be true. It is always listening something. And all these senses doesn't work when mind is not working. That's why we say that no mind. Or Buddhists call it as mindfulness. Mindfulness doesn't mean that like mind is not working at all. No, it doesn't mean that. Practical example is, when you are asking me something, I am free flowly, I am talking. But when you are saying something, I have to listen. So mind works. And it doesn't work for tomorrow, it doesn't work for yesterday, it doesn't think about anything, it doesn't plan about anything. It is simply here and now, at this moment, what is happening. So in this way of mind, spiritualizing the mind, as I call it as, once you spiritualize your mind completely, then it doesn't wander. Then it doesn't have that kind of identification what we normally have. This protection doesn't exist. Fears doesn't exist. We fear about so many things. We fear about ourselves, we fear about tomorrow, we fear about jobs. Why this fear is existing? Because we think that like this exists and fear is a kind of support. And that support gives suffering also. And once you put it aside, no, this is not something which I am, this is something which is unwanted thing on me, then you will find your center. And that's what I call as your true being, without anything as such as identification. So this identification is what they call as ego. Awareness of true being will arise when we pull out ourselves from what we are not. Always people are searching for what we are. In that way, what they are, they will not get it. But what we are not, dropping that is very easy.
O que ele está dizendo é que a Alice estava a perguntar como é que se chega a essa consciência, de onde é que vem essa consciência? E o que ele está a dizer é que, de forma simples, o que ele quer dizer é que vocês só têm que tirar de vós o que aquilo que vocês realmente não são. O que vocês não se identificam, o que ainda está preso a vocês devido ao processo do ego, aí é que se descobre a consciência. Descobrindo com desconsciência, descobre-se a si mesmo. Ou seja, acho que a pergunta dela é onde é que vem a consciência. A consciência já está aqui. Agora, tu não consegues acedê-la tão facilmente, ou nem toda a gente, como eu já disse hoje, às vezes há pessoas que não estão preparadas para aceder à consciência.
But it lives inside your heart. It lives inside your heart, not in your mind, of course.
It has to be awakened. That's why we call it as awakening.
Exactly.
Awakening is something like you have to awaken what is already there. It is not something invention.
Exactly.
It cannot be invented. It is something to be awakened. The state is there. It has to be awakened. It simply means that if there is a bucket of so many different colors of balls, and I ask you to find only one red ball, because there is only one red ball in the basket. Now searching for each and everything you have to remove. Now what I am saying is, you want to search for red ball, right? Put all other balls outside. Clearly you can go to that red ball at the last. That will be only remaining. In the same way, like dropping what we are not, we will get what we are. Not we will get. There is nothing to get.
We are.
We are. Absolutely not. Why to feel? Why to feel? Ask this question inside yourself. Why should you feel?
Porquê é que queres sentir?
Eu percebi. Agora estava a tentar Que isso é uma dúvida que eu tenho. Eu percebo esta filosofia toda, mas às vezes eu pergunto: if I want to cry, why not cry?
Cry, no one will stop you.
Okay.
If you want to laugh, you laugh. If you want to jump, you jump. You can do whatever you want. No problem.
Mas eu não devo alimentar isso, é?
Do you think that Jesus is not to feed those, like I understand about those big things? Do you feed the feelings or do you just let them go?
You can just let them go. But what I'm saying is, if you are asking me this in context to your real nature, then this is not something which will fit into it. Because your real nature can neither be happy nor be sad. Because the moment you can be happy, you can be sad too. The moment you can be sad, you can be happy too. So these two things will coexist. And happiness is when something satisfies the ego, happiness comes. Sadness comes when something is hurting the ego.
A felicidade vem quando é que te permite essa felicidade.
It's not a true happiness.
It's not the true happiness. That true happiness is what I call as bliss. Bliss is something where you don't need to get any good news or any bad news. You are always happy. It's a kind of cosmic madness. You are always happy, but there is no reason. In fact, it's not happiness, it's not smiling happiness. Awareness is there. You exist. It is not mind. It is not achievement.
It's a state of being, a state of feeling. You should be grateful for that.
It's not achievement. It is a natural state.
Isto é inerente a ti, esse estado. Não...
See, I will make you understand with a very beautiful example.
Eu vou te dar exemplo bonito.
If somebody is a thief or a robber, they will be put in prison. Or if you are a very honest person, paying your taxes properly, doing your work properly, being always good at work, being on time, not being late, these things, you should be awarded something? No. You are doing your duty, you are natural.
Yeah, for yourself. I was saying it's for yourself, not a word from someone else.
Why should we be thankful to ourselves?
Because
Why?
you're growing, you're in evolution.
So
It's good.
if you feel good to be thankful, you can be thankful. But we can be thankful to only someone. It is like, I have to go to the airport, I will ask you to drop me there. And I will be thankful to you for dropping me there. But if you say no, then I have to walk myself till there. After walking there, I am thankful to you. If you want to tell it in that way, no problem. This is not only in this culture, in every culture it is so. If you see broad-based, as soon as you are born, your parents will condition so many things. Be independent, be like this, be like that, you should earn, you should be like this. It's all filling up of ego. Because their parents have done the same thing to them. And now they have a lot of garbage here. That garbage they will take it and put it inside the child. Now child goes to the school. In the school, teachers will start to put their garbage. Like you should select this kind of education, that kind of education, you should be a doctor, you should be an engineer, not something less than that. And you go further up, your politicians will condition you. Like, no, you are a socialist, so you should be liberal and you should vote me and everything. So like this is how the conditioning starts. Then you go to the temple to ask for the so-called gods inside the temple to forgive, to know something, and their priest will condition you. This is how the conditioning process starts from the childhood, and by the time the child turns 10 or 11 years, it is completely conditioned. So what I call it as like unconditioning. Now what you are conditioned, drop it. Don't worry about the society. Because society will condemn you always. However you are. If you become very rich tomorrow, people will say that like, oh, you are not so rich yesterday. Maybe you won a lotto. Or maybe you robbed someone's house. So you became rich. But you have really struggled and become rich. But if you remain the poor, then people say that, oh no, you are so not so intelligent. So you are poor. So society will speak you anyway they will speak. Don't worry about them. Don't care about them. Be what you are, do what you want to do. And you have every freedom to do what you want to do. I am telling you that you should have faith. Faith is my biggest word. And love is my biggest message. When I say love, it is not how people use it. Like I love you and you love me. That's not love. That's a word. Love is not a word to me. It's a state of awareness.
Estado de consciência. A palavra amor é estado de consciência.
In that state of awareness in which you are, you will simply accept things. You will simply love everything as it is. You will not say that like, how will it be if it was something else? No.
Está a dizer que o amor vem a aceitação, ou seja, as pessoas já não vão... Aceitam como ele é.
I accept everyone. I absolutely accept everyone the way they are. They might be smokers, they might be drunkards, or they might be even robbers. I don't care. Because the state of love, what I am trying to tell you is the what state of love I am following. And when I say what love I am following, my love is like a rain. When it starts to rain, have you seen the rain? Raining.
Já viu a chuva?
It rains on the prison. It rains in the ocean. It rains on the garbage. It rains on the saint. It rains on the church. It rains on a police station. Everywhere. It doesn't judge. Rain doesn't fall only on few people. It falls on everyone. And that's the way love should be. You should simply accept everyone and love everyone in the same way. Don't see what they are. You might criticize what they are doing, but they are not their beingness. Maybe a robber must have had his reasons to rob something. Who knows what was his story? It is like you go to a graveyard and you will find a kind of board writing his name. Like this man died. Like for instance, San Miguel died. Born on 1980, dead on 2014. Something like that. But the reason for the death has not been written there. What was the reason for his death? In the same way, like a robber has stolen because of some reason. Maybe he had utter poverty or some kind of pain due to which he did. You can criticize that thing, but not the being itself. But not the man itself. Because as itself he is as holy, as pure as everyone. But maybe his mind has corrupted. And that mind can be changed. So that being cannot be judged. And that is my love. And if you ask me what is my message, this is my message. If I can love everyone, everyone should do that also. If someone follows me, they should follow my being. And if I can love this way, everybody should love. And if anyone who walks with me, having the complete faith, I can show them the light which I have seen. It is possible. And in my path, there is no other false belief, blind beliefs, no colors, no images, no visions, nothing. Have just faith in me and be with me. you will be able to see the same light. And you will not come back here once again. You will disappear just like a candle. Blow a candle. Blow the air for the fire. Today morning I was telling the same. Take a candle and blow it. Where is the fire? It disappeared into nothingness. I can get you that if you have that faith. So if you are asking me what is my message, then love is my message. Out of the beingness, everything arises. This is the only message I can give. I can't give you any teaching because there is no such thing called as teaching. All I am doing is just reminding. Give me an example, please.
Kill someone from
your family.
family.
Somebody kills you.
Imagine I kill your sister. What do you want to do to me?
What are you going to think about it?
Yes.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No sentiment?
I will tell you why nothing.
No flash.
I will tell you why nothing. If I do something back to him, will she come back?
No.
Then why should I do something? But if I forgive him, there is a chance that he can realize his mistake and he will not do the same.
But you judge the being, no.
The behavior.
No. Just the behavior, not the being.
For sure, I will go to him. I will go to him and say that.
It's very hard to believe, sorry. Sorry.
Well,
You can try that.
Aí é quem tem o humor, a tal situação do humor. Vou sempre ter o humor às coisas que me falam, às pessoas e tudo. A pessoa tem que estar fora disso.
Well,
Consigo
Vamos conhecer o outro, sou eu.
Pois eu sei,
vamos.
é na teoria.
Well, I'll tell you how you can believe this. You have read about my biography? No. That's why you are asking me this. If you read my biography, you will find that my sister passed away, my real sister, my original sister. She passed away in an accident. And we didn't lodge any police complaint against anyone. Real. You asked about my sister, right? I am telling you about my sister. I told to my parents that like it's of no use. It's all over. It was supposed to happen. It has happened. What's the use in lodging the police complaint? Tell me, what's the use? You will get caught, but what will change? Nothing. You will not get back the same person, right? Then what happens to him? Why you bother about it? It's just a kind of revenge, that's all.
Yes, I know.
Exactly. I was saying about the war. The war goes in the same way. You give me a slap, I'll give you a slap. And then 20 persons will start, 20 and it's like a snowball.
What Jesus said in the Bible before he was getting arrested. When the high priest came with all their armies.
Jesus antes de ser preso, o alto... Não percebi. Sim, before he got arrested?
Before he got arrested.
Yes, he was...
The high priest came to him. When the high priest came, they asked, who is Jesus here? And he came forward. He said, I am the one. And when he was supposed to be arrested, Peter opened the knife and cut the ears of the high priest. Then what he said, one who lives by the sword will die by the sword. That's what I am saying. No use in taking any revenge against anyone. Absolutely nothing.
Do you believe in the fate?
Destiny.
Lord asking, in the fate?
Fate. F-A-T-E.
Destiny.
In the life nothing is destined. But there is only one thing which is destined. That is the death. absolute destiny.
A única coisa que a sorte tem destino é a morte.
Whether you get something or not, your death is for sure.
Ela acha que
I do pray, basically.
I don't pray.
You don't pray?
of course.
You never ask.
Do you desire to be in swimming pool when you are already swimming in it? You will see a swimming pool from far away. You will feel that you should swim inside that. Feeling is there. Once you drop into the swimming pool, do you feel? No. You are in that, you are swimming.
O quê, João?
Ou seja, imagina que olhas para uma piscina e tens o desejo de mergulhar para aquela piscina. Quando vais para aquela piscina e já estás lá dentro, deixas de desejar, porque já estás lá.
Não, para a piscina não, que eu fogo.
I can't teach you to swim in water, but I can teach you to swim in Brahma. I don't follow the examples of anyone as such. Just like how I have come from the Brahman, even he has come. Just like what I am saying now, that I live in him and he live in me. That's how he was also living.
Okay.
I believe that. Believe?
Yeah, I know.
No, I am using your word now.
Yeah,
I
use
believe
your belief.
he was greatest man, one of the greatest men in the histories. I believe in his miracles. But miracles, Western people don't know that. But I come from India, so for me it's not a miracle.
But he told us we can do whatever he did. We can do too.
Yes,
Sure.
We can do the people, you know.
That's why I'm saying I believe that he did these things. But there are certain things which I don't believe. I don't believe he died on cross.
You don't believe what?
He died on cross.
Oh.
I don't believe that he resurrected to heaven. I don't believe that. I don't believe he was born to a virgin woman. These are something which I don't believe. Apart from that, I believe in him. I believe in his divinity. I believe in the things what he has done. Because I know him.
You know him.
I know him. As personally as I can know anyone else. That's why I know what he is.
Probably I saw him before in my other life, I know. I don't know, maybe.
Are you Saint John?
Eh?
Are you Saint John? Apostle John?
I don't know. Now, Paul, my name is Paul. That's it.
Well, coming to Paul, that's where I don't agree with. Because Jesus Christ never said he is among the Trinities. Who said he is the Trinity? One of the Trinities? Saint Paul. Did Jesus say in the Bible that he is dying for anyone's sins? Can you show me one statement in Bible where it is saying that he is dying for our sins? You will not find one statement. Who said that? Saint Paul said.
He died for our sins, you know.
It's a Saint Paul who has said all these things.
Yeah.
So Saint Paul is Chief Executive Officer of Christianity.
Yes.
CEO.
Why are you following me now? So when Jesus asking, why are you following me?
Jesus and Christianity are two different things. They are not the same.
Yeah, I know.
What Jesus said, contradictory, everything is Christianity. Jesus spoke about one God. Christianity is about trinities.
What did he say?
Jesus spoke about one God,
Yeah.
and Christianity is about three.
By few spirits.
I can tell you 101 reasons why Christianity is the world's most hopeless religion. 101 points I give you. One by one. Hope and hopeless, both words exist. Faith and faithless doesn't exist. Faith will exist. Whether bad happens, whether good happens, doesn't matter. Whether you fail in life, whether you are succeeding in life, doesn't matter. Faith is there. Your hope will be there. It's like you will hope next year, economy of Portugal will improve. But when you are reaching the 11th month, one more month is there. Then you will think, no, one more month, no miracle can happen. Hope is lost.
So,
But faith is not that.
o que o Acharya estava a dizer é que a esperança, a igreja estava a dizer o hope e o hopeless, que é com esperança ou sem esperança. Ele diz que isso é possível, mas com a fé já não é possível fazer esse trocadilho, porque a fé apenas existe. E não há como dizer que ele não tem fé. Isso não existe dizer, ele acredita que não existe não ter fé. Ou se tem, ou ela está apenas aqui por ser trabalhada. Isso ele estava a falar. Qual é a diferença entre esperança e fé?
A fé está sempre lá.
E a esperança traz tristeza, não?
Sim.
Do you think hope brings sadness?
Very true.
Very true.
My philosophy is to remain and live the life hopelessly. Having no hope at all. Then whatever comes, that will be a benediction. If you have hope, if you don't get it, you can decide. It's like you are invited to a party. I will host my birthday party and I will invite you. You will be thinking that like, okay, there will be big cake, big expensive champagne, and lots of different kinds of foods and everything. These are hope before coming of a party. But when you come, you'll find a very small cake.
A beer.
Just a glass of beer. And after that, you will not even have tissue paper to clean your hands. Now your hope went. That's why I say live hopelessly. Don't have any hope in life. See, everything is new.
It's like living without expectation.
Yes.
Tem a ver com
Quer dizer,
expectativas.
vamos
A
dizer,
nossa cultura
culturalmente nós temos uma
A nossa
expressão que
cultura
diz
mistura isso.
A esperança de uma
a esperança de tomar morrer.
Mas acho que a gente mistura muito isso.
Eu gostava
That's why Rui was saying that in Portugal, Portuguese people lived a lot in the it's one problem. It's based a lot in the hope. So they say that the hope is the last to die.
Yeah, it's
That's why we are in the bottom of Europe, probably.
We'll get there someday.
E a culpa dela morre solteira.
Okay, see. I will tell you from the Bible itself.
Eu saio daqui, mas ia falar português.
Ele diz que vai dizer
Jesus says in the Bible, in the Gospel of John, he says that even a camel can pass through at the tip of the needle, but no rich man can ever pass through the doors of the heaven.
Portanto, traduz, Valeiro.
O que disse foi o seguinte: um rico é muito difícil, é mais fácil um camelo entrar por um buraco com agulhas, porque quem era tanto camelo era um barbante, um fio que havia na vertente, né, que chamavam camelo. E com um rico entrar nos reinos terras.
Because a poor man
Vocês perceberam?
has nothing to lose, but a rich man has everything to lose. Poor man is the real richest man. Who can rob him? No one can rob him.
Ele está a dizer que quem pode roubar um pouco? Ninguém. Ele não tem dinheiro. Agora um rico tem muita coisa a perder.
But rich man can lose so many things.
Está a responder como parar.
And because of this richness comes the ego. And when ego gets coming again and again, so many things, the being gets deluded. We move away from ourselves. Even though it is not. Even though it exists not. Even you know what is good and what is bad. If I have to use this dualistic word, you will not choose what is nice. It is like you can ask me that everybody knows smoking is bad, right? Everybody knows it. Even on the cigarette pack also it is written, smoking cigarette is injurious to health. Why people smoke them? In the same way, even though you have the truth inside, you are not able to live what it is.
Valeiro, essa parte é importante. Não está a responder. Não percebi.
I know for sure, but that's of no significance.
Pois. Eu também
Que
acho
desculpa o que é que eu disse.
Diz que sabe o que é
The only
feio.
thing I get confused is why are you so sure that you're not coming back? Wait, sorry to ask this, but how can you say that? You are sure that you're not coming back?
I am sure because I am the manifestation.
Because you believe in it, right?
I don't believe in
I
it.
do. I'm so directly, but I want to understand why.
If at all I hate something in my life, then that is the word believe.
Okay.
Because I believe nothing.
Okay.
Because I know it that I will not come. I've seen the light. Whoever sees the light will not come back. You think Jesus will come back?
No. He said he wasn't coming back. He's
Why do
waiting.
you believe that?
Wow, because he said, no, I don't know. I have to believe him. Because
I'm
I follow
saying
him,
the
I try to follow him.
Then if you follow him, then you should follow his words also. He said that I have many things to say unto you, but you don't bear them now. You understand what I am saying? I have many things to say unto you, that you don't bear them now.
You
don't bear them now.
Okay.
For that the Spirit of the truth shall come, and He shall lead you to the light. He shall not speak anything of Himself. He shall speak only about the Father. He shall glorify me. So He is speaking about the next being who is going to come. Every being, when they have come, they say the same for the next one to arrive. In the same way, there are some beings who comes in that way and they deliver the message. When Krishna came, he too said the same. If you have read the Bhagavad Gita, he also said the same. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata adyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam shrujamyaham. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness, I myself will descend. I myself will come. Every point of time, every people have been coming. Every point of time. But when they were there, not everyone believed. Only few believed, only few not. 5,000 years back, Krishna was there. 50% people believed, 50% not. 2,300 years back, there was a Buddha. People believed, some people stoned. 2,000 years back, there was a Jesus who ultimately got crucified. People called him as blasphemous, and Jesus believed also. 800 years back, 1,200 years back, Adi Shankaracharya came. 600 years back, Prophet Muhammad came. 300 years back, Mahavatar Babaji came. Like that, people have been coming, and now I am here. It's the same process which happens. Believe or disbelieve, it's left to the people. No one can force, no one can say that. But at least hearing and following the words is what will make. Because the commandments for the humanity is the same. If you believe in Jesus, then you should believe in His words. He said that I am not here to break any commandments. I am only here to fulfill.
To fulfill, exactly.
Even I am not breaking any commandments. I am just fulfilling the commandments. You believe you are a Christian. You drink wine. Do you drink wine?
Not much. Yes, you drink more, but not too much. No.
Then book of Leviticus says that drinking wine is evilish. One should not drink wine. It's there in Bible. Drinking wine is evilish. It should not be drunk. Don't be drunk with the wine. That is one of the commandments. Do you eat pork?
Yes. Not.
Book of
Ele está a perguntar se o Paulo bebe vinho. O Paulo diz que sim, bebe um bocadinho. Ele diz na Bíblia sobre o cristianismo que não se deve beber vinho.
Go to book of Deuteronomy chapter number 16. You will find that don't eat the filthy pig. It is a grave sin.
Não se come porco. Segundo a Bíblia, não se deve comer porco. Os próprios que estão.
Is it written that you should not eat?
Sure. You get the Bible book tomorrow.
I have Bible. Sometimes I go wrong. Sometimes.
I will show you where it is.
That's why you get the Bible. So it's not following the commandments. Commandments should be fulfilled by following the words. I can tell so many things. What is there but Christians don't follow? They don't follow it. If they are not following it, then they are not doing it. Because he said that commandment should be fulfilled. And commandments is broken. No one is fulfilling the commandments. So that's why to say that like someone follows his words, I have never met a person whom I have seen like that. So no one is actually following. Just by following few words doesn't mean it's the following. Following simply means a complete following. That's what I call as faith. If faith is there, then you do everything. If you have faith in me, then I say that like, okay, jump into fire. Nothing will happen, jump. Then you will jump. And that faith will save you. If you don't have the faith, then you will select what you want.
The egoists follow everything? The egoists follow everything?
In the East, you are asking?
The Hindu civilization?
Brahmins follow every rules. Brahmins don't eat meat. Forget pig, they don't eat meat. They don't eat fish. They don't drink wine.
Brahmanos então são que tipo padres?
Não, é a linha do seguimento deles. Eles não seguem nenhum deles. Eles seguem Brahman, que é a tal entidade máxima de consciência. They are having a problem to understand what is Brahman. Because she read that Brahman, it's like a guru. It's like someone very well developed. Try to explain what is Brahman.
The Sanskrit words looks very similar, but it's not similar. What you are saying is Brahmin. B-R-A-H-M-I-N. Brahmin. That is what you are saying. I am saying Brahman.
Quando encontraste aquela do guru, era Brahmin. Ele fazia Brahman.
It's different what I am saying is. And don't get confused with Hindu trinities. Brahma, even that is not true. I don't believe in any trinities. Neither Christianity, nor Hinduism, nor any Buddhism, nor any stupidism.
She wanted that you tell her about the story of wine, and she told me this afternoon about the wine and the water. The miracle of wine.
The miracle of wine, I will explain to you how it is. Christianity cannot be understood through books. Christianity cannot be understood through a priest. Christianity cannot be understood through any ways. But I will make you meet the real Jesus Christ. I am just helping you to meet the real Jesus Christ without any corruption around it. The true meanings of these miracles, what he has done, is very deep. For people raising the dead, Lazarus is a very great miracle. For me, it is one of the most stupid things that he has ever done. In case if he has done. Because, let me assume that like he really raised someone from the dead. You know, if you ask me what is certain in life, one question, what is very certain in life that I can tell you with great certainty, then I will say death. Whoever is born is supposed to die. There is no such person who was born and who was never dead. So he is already dead. Moreover, who was Lazarus? He was a beggar. And everybody were crying and he brought him back into the life. Another day he has to die. He has to die for sure. Then why someone has to raise him back from the death? Unnecessarily. His soul would have been gone somewhere. Now it was forcibly called back. Like, no, come back, suffer. Some more suffering is there in the body, please come. It was already liberated, searching for a new body. There was no need to call it back. Now this is not a miracle, but the real miracle is converting.
Why not?
Why I am asking?
Why?
Why I am asking? Tell me why. What was the use, you tell me. Then I will tell you what was not useful. I will tell you, but you tell me what is the use. That's what I am saying. There is no use. Because I am telling you why it is not useless, but you are not able to tell why it is useful. Now I will tell you what is the beautiful miracle.
Life.
Conversion of water into wine. If you take this water into wine, don't take it literally. If you take literally, things will look very bad. I will tell you why it is bad. I will tell you later on why it is bad. If you consider this human consciousness, which is ignorantly sleeping as water, if you don't wake up yourself, then you will go into another life. Suffering will start another life. Suffering is there. Think this as water. Now, take a glass of water, keep it at a corner of your house for many, many days. If the water is still remaining without evaporating, it will smell very bad. Because whatever water stays as stagnant will create a bad smell. It will get rotten. But take for example a wine. Wine, as it gets old, more expensive it is, more tasty it is. The spirit gets more enriched. And when he says that he can convert water into wine, he is just trying to say that, like, what you think about this false identity as body, which can go away like water one day, I can transform this as a true spirit, which will never get rotten, which is absolute. That's what he tells in that. And that is really miracle. If you take it in the literal sense, converting water into wine without having an alcohol license, it is a violation of constitutional law.
Why is not allowed to drink wine? Why is not allowed to drink wine?
Because evil and Satan lives in wine. There is a story in Quran which says that there was a man, and for him Satan came. And after Satan came, it said that go to your house and shout at your mother. Shout at your mother. I will give you lots of money. He said, like, how can I shout at my mother? She has taken care of me so well. She is so loving being. She is so nice person. I can't shout at her. No, I will not do. He said, okay, I will pay you double the money if you do what I say. He said, like, okay, tell me what is it. I will do it. You know, like, beat your wife. He said, like, beating my wife? Impossible. She loves me so much. She cooks for me. She takes care of me. She loves me so much. How can I beat her? No, I will not do that also. You tell me some other offer. Then he said, like, okay, you push your son to a corner and I will pay you 3 times more money. He said, like, my son, small child, what he knows, he is very innocent. I will not do such things with my children. I am sorry. He said, like, well, then I will pay you 4 times of the money, what I am saying. Just drink this bottle of wine. Now he drank the bottle of wine. After he went to his house, kept on belling. It was middle of the night. His mother came. After smelling it, oh, what is this? You are drinking and coming at this time. You never did this one. Why you started to act like this? Then he said, like, hey, you old women, who are you to tell me like what I should do and what I should not? You think that I am a small child drinking milk from your breast? I have grown up. You don't need to tell me what you want to do. So he said that to her. And then he went inside. And when his wife was listening to this, she said, like, are you not ashamed to speak to your mother in such a loud voice when the baby is sleeping, and like when I am here waiting for you and you're drinking and coming without thinking about the baby, without thinking about me, no responsibility, nothing. He said, like, how much are you shouting at me? Even I am seeing you from long time. And he slapped her. And then when his mother started to cry, the babies always have connection with the mother. and that started to cry. And he said like, Papa, what you are doing is wrong. Why are you, like shouting and beating mom? Then he said like, oh, from you small being that I should learn something from you. You should learn something from me. Sleep, he pushed. So what was not possible through the words, that could be possible through the wine. And the wine, what people say that Jesus drank, was not an alcoholic wine. It was a grape juice. Even in Israel, today if you say wine, it is grape juice. It is not alcoholic wine what Jesus was drinking. So Christians say that like, no, Jesus was drinking so I can drink. Okay, he was doing many other things. Can these people do the same? If they can do the same thing what he is doing, then let them do. He could do some other things also. He was capable of it. But these people are not. That's why saying something to make it helpful to ourselves, manipulating the things, it's not good. For we have to drink the wine, we have that lust for the wine. We have that kind of addiction to the wine, and for that using Jesus' name, that he was drinking so I will drink, it's wrong. If someone has to drink, let them drink and die. Even otherwise they will die. So let them drink. But they should not use these people's name to fulfill their ego. That's not what I accept. And I am not asking anyone to drop drinking or something as such. I don't drink. This is my life. Someone else who has to drink, let them drink. I don't care about it. But what I am saying is, if somebody tells that they are a Christian and they are following, then be a Christian and follow this one. I am not a Hindu, so no one can say that like, okay, you are a Hindu so you have to follow this thing. Where did I say that I am Hindu? Did I say that I am a Muslim to follow all these things? No, I am not a Muslim. I have my rules because I live in my religion. I am the boss of my life. I will do whatever I want. There is no scripture which can stop me there. But I do follow commandments. Commandments of Patanjali, who gave the sutras. What I was saying about the moral codes, about the principles of life, about the yogic lives, that I follow. Never tell a lie, never be untruthful, don't steal, don't possess. These things I follow. Sorry?
Yoga is your religion.
Who said yoga is a religion first
I
of all?
ask you.
I am keeping the commandments.
Okay.
Just keeping the commandments. In that way, even Jesus Christ is a Jew.
Yes.
He was a born Jew, he died as a Jew. He was not a Christian. Christianity was made later on. So if you have to call me as something, okay, you can call me as a yogi religion. No problem. I am just keeping the commandments. Because these are the commandments. By not stealing, by not being jealous, by not possessing something. These are the true commandments. No one can deny it. Be unconditional to everyone. Look everyone as the same. Don't have the disparity between racial things like black and white, and don't have something like rich and poor. Doesn't matter. This is the commandments, general commandments, and I am keeping it. I am even trying to keep the commandments of all what Moses said. Never commit adultery, never commit this and that. There is one and only God, that is the first commandment. Christianity is not following it. When there is one and only God, three cannot come. One. It's one. One means one. I am following everything. So I am more Christian than a Christian. In that way. I am doing the same, what they have to do. I don't drink wine, I don't eat pork, I don't commit adultery.
What do you eat?
Nothing. This is what is the common thinking, ordinary thinking. I think on another way. You might call it as craziness, but that is not craziness. That is the deepest truth. You cannot steal something and you can keep doing it. If not me, somewhere else you will get caught. You will learn there very nicely. What you give, you will get it back also. I don't need to give it back. You will get it yourself. You enjoy later on. No one can build a palace on someone else's graveyard. It's not possible. If somebody thinks that they can build a palace on someone else's graveyard, they're foolish people. You can steal it today. You will think that like you are a hero after stealing, that you could steal successfully. Tomorrow somewhere else you will do it. You will get caught red-handedly.
Yes, is that responsible that I'm talking about? Because if everybody doing nothing about it, I'm always doing...
If you go to jail, you have to learn, right? That's what she said.
Yes.
Se for para a cadeia, é que vai aprender, não é?
Sure, even jail is not a solution.
Yes, I know.
I will tell you why. Jail is a very good place for criminals to learn new plans.
New plans, I know.
It's like they will go inside and they will say like, okay, why you are inside? They will say like, I robbed a shop. Oh really? I was looking for you because I robbed a bank. Please come here. Let us plan now. Okay, why did you get caught? He will say that, oh, well, there was an alarm. I didn't see it. I went inside and someone, everything started to wheel. And then they will learn more, they will discuss more. They can become much more experts after going inside. And they will learn nothing. Because this is what is the difference between change and transformation. Change, you will change another way. You will change another way. It's like a jungle. You will keep changing and changing and changing. But transformation, what I am calling it as, is once and for all. It's like the beingness which is transferred. So that transformation is what is needed, and that is possible through deep compassion, deep love for such people also. Because all these people who are in prison now, who is giving them money for their food? You are paying the taxes. And he is not suffering there, don't think. There is no one to give you food if you don't cook for yourself. Someone is cooking for him. There is no one to ask you whether you had food in the afternoon. At least there is someone giving him the food. And whatever he wants, he is getting it there. And especially in this jail, Ponta Delgada jail, just opposite to that there is a beach. Beautiful view for him. They will not suffer anything by going to jail. They all need a help of psychiatrist. It's all a sickness to do crime and everything. They need to be sent for a kind of counseling. But counselors, they themselves need counseling nowadays. That's why it is like that, because I was reading a report on United Nations Health Organization, UNHO, and even WHO, World Health Organization, which said 70% of people who are committing suicide in America, United States of America, are psychologists. Now these people are the ones who are treating others, saying that like, don't die, have hope. Hopelessly they are committing suicide. So if such kind of counselors are there, it is not possible. But this kind of people, it's like punishing, you might not punish. It's because you forgive them. In my incidents also, we forgive. Like, okay, maybe something happened. It was supposed to happen. It happened. Fine. Now nothing can be done. By sending you to jail, like we will get nothing. Because you too have a family, right? Your family member will start to cry tomorrow. At least they are living now. And if you go to jail, maybe they will die. And I don't want that to happen. Because now I know the pain of losing someone. And I know the pain, how much it will pain if you lose your people around. And you are the sole bread earner of your family. If you go, how will your family live and survive? That's why I said, no, we will not make a complaint. It's an accident. It's not an incident, it's not a murder. Even if some murder happens.
Yes, I was talking about that version of accident and murder.
Sure.
Accident is the accident, but if I kill someone by purpose, it's different.
Sure,
I intend to harm someone.
Law will take its own course. We don't need to worry about it. The moment something happens, law is there, enforcement agencies are there, like police and all these people. They will take care of it. Whether you report it or not, they will get caught. But even then, he is a criminal. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying he is Saint John or he is Jesus Christ. I'm not saying it. But what I am saying is that by doing all these things, there is no use as far as the inner transformation is concerned. Because there are so many people who were dreaded criminals and went on to become the great people later on. In Christianity is the only religion where dreaded criminals can be holy people. Stephen, you know Stephen? Have you heard of this name Stephen? Everyone commonly keeps in Christianity. Who is this Stephen? Stephen. I will tell you who is Stephen. He was the first king of Hungary. He slaughtered thousands and thousands of people. And he slaughtered all the people who are not getting converted to Christianity. Now that's why he is called as the savior of Christianity, and he is a saint. His son Laszlo was a little bit more, even he is a saint. He didn't have a son, adopted son, Imre. I don't know what they say in English. In Hungarian it's called as Imre. He also did the same. Imre is, I think in English it's Henry. He also did the same. Killed a lot of people, innocent people, just because he was resisting Christianity and everything. He is also a saint. So this is the only religion where if you kill everyone for the religion, you will become saint. Or even if they kill themselves, then martyrs. Because I have seen one completely crazy woman. Throughout her life she did nothing except saying that I am a sinner, I am a sinner, I am a sinner. Sinner was that Saint Paul, who said everybody are sinners. And this woman kept on beating herself throughout the life. One day she got mad and she jumped from the hill in Budapest. And she is also a saint. See? You have to follow a mad woman who jumps off a cliff and who keeps on beating herself that she is a sinner, she is a sinner, she is a sinner.